May 29th. This is your stimulus update, and happy Friday. Regarding the upcoming stimulus package and the second stimulus check, some Democrats in the Senate are opposing a second stimulus check. Democratic Senator Ben Cardin, member of the Senate Finance Committee, wants the next stimulus package to be focused on households that were hit the hardest. He says that the stimulus checks made a lot of sense in March, but that they don't make sense anymore. This is not looking good for a second round of stimulus checks, but we'll see how things develop. But you never know, because you'll always have someone going rogue. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said from his home that he wants to discuss the next stimulus package a month from now. He really just wants to take a wait and see approach. He wants to sit on it. The Senate comes back Monday at 3 p.m. Let's talk about some good news. The House of Representatives approved legislation regarding the SBA PPP loan money on a vote of 417 to 1. I didn't get a chance to see that one person who voted against this, but as you can see, somebody's always going rogue or crying for attention. Anyways, the three big components of this bill are: they extended the period that you can use the SBA PPP loan money from 8 weeks to 24 weeks. For the portion that needs to be used for payroll, it is reduced from 75% to 60%. And instead of ending on June 30th, the SBA PPP loan program is now extended until December 31st. It passed the House, and it's now going to the Senate. The Senate is expected to vote on it next week. It's getting bipartisan support, so the bill is expected to pass. This is great news for small business owners and self-employed people. Regarding the current stimulus check, the IRS updated their frequently asked questions. If the post office is unable to deliver your stimulus check, the IRS will update your payment status to need more information. If this happens to you, then you need to enter in your banking information. If you don't enter in your banking information, then the IRS will hold your stimulus check money until they receive your updated address. Now I want to address the question of essential workers. We're getting countless comments asking to identify which jobs would classify as essential workers. This is in regards to the HEROES Fund and the HEROES Act, which is a portion of the stimulus bill giving a raise to essential workers. I'm not going to discuss the probability of this passing or how far we are along in the process. For that information, please refer to my video from yesterday. We really went into that. An essential employee is, according to the Essential Services Act, someone that performs work involving the safety of human life and the protection of property. This includes, but is not limited to, people who work in food and agricultural services, which includes grocery store workers, restaurants, food delivery, farmers, and warehouse workers. Transportation employees, which include mass transit, airport, post office employees, shipping, dispatchers, and truck drivers. Law enforcement, which includes paramedics, police officers, and firefighters. Janitors and cleaning staff, banking employees, workers who support our nation's security and military, healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists, dentists, technicians, social workers, and pharmacy employees. There's many more. These are just a few examples of the categories and particular jobs that classify as essential workers. I want to address the tax return refund money and the delays due to COVID-19. This is not regarding the stimulus check money. This is in regards to your 2019 tax return that you filed in 2020 and you're waiting on the tax refund. Similar to how you can check the status of your stimulus check money on the IRS website, you can also check the status of your tax return on the IRS website as well. tax refunds, they're processing slower than usual due to the stimulus checks going out by the IRS and also due to the IRS shutdowns. But please check the status of your tax refund on the IRS website. And just for your information, each state has their own state tax refund checker tool as well. Because obviously the federal refund with the IRS, that's on the IRS website. And then the state refunds, the state tax refunds would be on your state's Department of Revenue's website. Many people are also asking whether SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries would receive a second stimulus check. People are saying that they received the first stimulus check and wondering if a second one would apply to them. And the answer is yes. In the current version of the HEROES Act, SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries would receive a second stimulus check. The difference would be for that each dependent, it would be $1,200 versus $500. However, the HEROES Act only passed in the House of Representatives, and it needs to pass in the Senate. And we don't know if it will pass, and we don't know if we will get a modified version of it. And I want to update you on the EIDL grant money and loan money for small business owners and self-employed people. If you are being asked whether you want to take a loan and you did not receive your grant money, because remember, there's your grants and there's also the other pieces, the loan money, then there's a problem. There's most likely an issue with your banking information. You need to call the SBA to straighten this out. Their response time is pretty good on the phone if you call them. They have a lot of people working at their call center, so don't freak out if you're number 400 in line. I personally called them. It was a few weeks back. I was literally number 900 in line, and it took less than an hour. So it goes pretty quickly. But what they're telling a lot of my clients, at least, is that if things got messed up with the grant, you need to take a loan in order for the grant to process. Of course, you can always pay back the loan immediately just to get the grants, if that's the case. However, please give them a call and get the specific details of your specific case. Those are all the updates.